Good evening from Malaga Airport. This evening I'm flying back to Leeds Bradford on Yorkshire's very own airline. So it's A up and away with Jet2. The definite draw for me here, ladies and gentlemen, was the 737-300s, which are the mainstay on this route between Malaga and Leeds, with Jet2. Malaga Airport is actually fairly big, but it's very easy to navigate. Malaga Airport has a vast array of shops and an excellent priority pass lounge, which is exactly where I'm headed right now. This lounge is very spacious indeed, offers good food and has semi-views of aircraft movements. You even get these rather smart loungers to sit and watch the sunset. Boarding was on time and fairly painless. People seated at the rear of the aircraft board first in Group C, then Group B, then Group A. This actually is very sensible in a one-class configuration. Legroom is good and the seats don't recline. Alleluia. The cabin looks really modern, but what gives away the age of this aircraft is the overhead panel. Look at those chunky buttons. An on-time pushback is welcome for this 2-hour and 48-minute flight, back to Yorkshire. Unfortunately, it was a dark flight and there's not much I can do about the Earth's orbit, but I've left the footage in anyway. takeoff I was handed my pre-ordered meal, which was excellent. It cost just €8 with the promotion that Jet2 had when I booked this flight. It's a very clear night this evening and I'm enjoying the view as we fly north. Jet2 doesn't provide any in-flight entertainment or Wi-Fi, but you do get this sales brochure and another magazine featuring some of their holiday resorts. The bit I found really useful though was the route map. Looking at the seat once more, you get this smart cup holder and these weirdly tiny armrests. After a very pleasant flight, we're prepared for landing, and again, this lighting reminds me of the age of this plane. After a bumpy landing, we make the usual backtrack here at Leeds Bradford and head into the gate.
If you're travelling with children, please hold their hand. Remember, as the saying goes, mind the gap.
Our friendly customer helpers are all ready and waiting to help you. You can't miss them as they're wearing our famous red uniform and, of course, a big welcoming smile.
From everyone at Jet2.com and Jet2 Holidays, we can't wait to see you again soon. And we hope you've all had a lovely holiday.
Hello everybody, so just to sum up my thoughts on Jet2 really, having had time to think about it overnight now, I wasn't really sure how to describe Jet2 to you all, and I'll be honest, this is about the 6th or 7th take on this summing up video I've done because I couldn't decide how to describe Jet2, as I say. So first of all, as an aviation enthusiast, it's a dream airline to fly with because unusually for the low-cost airline industry, they operate some fairly unique aircraft. So they operate the 737-300, which is the one I flew back on last night, a 31-year-old aircraft in this example. They also operate a fleet of 757-200s, and again, really well maintained, but again, unusual aircraft types for the low-cost airline industry. But as an aviation enthusiast, well worth giving it a go and looking into. How would I describe Jet2? And this is the quandary I've had because I really still don't know how to describe them. So I'm going to just give you a comparison. So looking around at some of the lobster-faced people on board the aircraft, of which that was in the majority, it's clearly a holiday airline and it's clearly very Yorkshire-based. So all of the announcements are made in Yorkshire. No, it's not a language, it's a dialect clearly. But the nearest thing I can say to you is if you've ever seen that ITV documentary, the series Benidorm, they're the types of passengers you're going to bump into on this flight. And cross that with, if you've ever seen the Yorkshire Airlines comedy piece by Hale and Pace, and I'll pop a link down to it below. Cross those two, so cross the Yorkshire Airlines Captain Boycott piece with Benidorm, and that to me sums up Jet2. It's a lot of fun, it's very light-hearted, the cabin crew were very down to earth, clearly enjoying themselves, but it's very much, you could see the passengers, they'd been on the 2-week holiday, and they had some euros left, and they just wanted to spend them, they just wanted to buy something, to have that last moment, I guess, on their holidays. And Jet2 plays into that, so there were at least 4 announcements on the flight last night, which said, you're bound to have some euros, you're still on holiday, so why not have that drink? And one of the funniest sales pieces was when the flight attendant came on and said, some of you will have long journeys ahead of you when you get off this aircraft. And yeah, undoubtedly they would. You know, Jet2 serves the north of England. Why not buy a coffee? And for those who don't have such a long journey ahead, then why not buy a glass of orange juice? I'm thinking, that's different. It's different to EasyJet. It's certainly different to British Airways, which is the airline that I fly on most often. You were talking, you know, chalk and cheese here. British Airways, a bit more formal. Jet2, very down to earth, very Yorkshire. And I'm Yorkshire born and bred before anybody says anything. So, you know, I know what it's like to be Yorkshire. We're a very proud bunch of people. We even have our own 737 painted in the Yorkshire colours with Jet2. So, hopefully that gives you a bit of an insight into Jet2. Would I fly with them again? Yeah, I would. Definitely, yes. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It brought back memories of when I used to fly with Dan Air as a child down to the Canary Islands. For those of you of a certain age, you'll remember Dan Air and companies like Air Europe. Very much set up for the holiday industry and really plays into that. And actually, it was a full flight. And Jet2 has undoubtedly built a very, very successful business in a relatively few short years. So would I recommend them? Yeah, give them a go. Especially, as I said at the start, if you're into the more unusual type of aircraft, which Jet2 still operates, the 737-300 and the 752s as well. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.